Welcome to this tutorial on Microsoft Teams and how to log into Microsoft Teams. So first of all, I'm going to Google office.com. Once I get to office.com, I'm going to sign in. Now I'm going to sign in using a test student account. And I'm using my email address at sandbachhigh.co.uk, the same one they use for the student app. Just be careful of the double H in the middle. I'm then going to use, well, I'm going to have to make sure I put my username in correct. I'm then going to use my school password. Now it's up to you if you stay signed in. I'm not going to because I don't want to on this computer. And then I'm going to look for the Teams icon. And you can see here, it's two blue people with a T. And I'm going to select that icon. So when I select that icon, it's going to open up this screen. Now, if I'm using this on my mobile phone, I can click on this and it will send me the link. It will send me to a page that have a link to download a mobile phone app, which might be helpful for you to complete your homework on. But for now, I'm going to demonstrate using web app, which is pretty similar to the mobile phone app. Now, once I open it up, I can see all of my classes, and you can see here that my test student is in 4 classes. Now, we've got notifications on the left, just as you would like on most of your social media accounts. And I've also got on each class, there's a notification say there's something there for me to do. So I'm going to click on that test class. Now I find out that I've got an assignment due, okay, here. So the assignment is going to be basically my classwork for that day. And you can see here underneath that the teacher has changed the due date twice. Across the top, so I've got posts, just like you would have in Facebook. So anytime a teacher wants to give the class a message, they would update this post. Now be very careful that if you are putting anything on this post and that the teacher has allowed you to, that you follow the school rules and don't post anything that's inappropriate and could get you into trouble. We've got files. Inside the files is anything that the class teacher wants you to look at or anything saved for that class. So inside class material, we've got a PowerPoint. Now anything inside class material cannot be changed by you. So it's read only, a bit like the student area at school. We click on general to come back out. I've got class notebook that we're not using. And then I've got assignments. I've got grades, which is linked to assignments if used, and then I've got class tasks. The first thing I'm going to do is going to look in class tasks. Now your teacher might call this different things. It could be class tasks, it could be class work, but I'm going to look in there to see what's going on this week. And they might give you some information on the week. So 28th of September, I've got to complete a typography task and complete the workbook. On the 30th, I've got an online lesson, should I say. And I'm going to make a separate video on the online lesson. So I know I've got a typography task. So I know that according to the post, I've got an assignment to complete. So assignment is just another word for homework. I've got the assigned work and I've got completed. And I've not completed any for this class yet. So I'm going to go into the typography classwork. So it's a very simple layout. So we've got a screen reader up here, so it will read it out for you. There is no points associated with this task, so it's not out of 10 or 100. And I've got some information from the class teacher. I've got some reference material, which means I can look in and I can read this and it will give me information about what they want me to do today. And I can work my way through it and I can navigate back and forward. And I can press close. And I've got my workbook. But before I complete my workbook, some teachers might add what's called a rubric. Now, rubric is just another word for mark grid or support sheet. And you can see here that the class teacher has put some information in there to help me get them outstanding grades. So to get the outstanding grades in this work, I need to know the difference between font and text. And more information on how it is used. So once I've read this rubric, I'm going to press close, and I'm feeling confident now to get there and hand in my work. So I'm going to click on the typography workbook. Now the typography workbook, if it's in your work, is editable. And I started this last lesson. So I'm going to think to myself, right, I didn't actually put what I wanted in there. So I'm going to put font and text are really important because spell because right, they attract the user's attention. Now I can complete working through my workbook, but say I get called away for my tea, or somebody else in the house needs to use the computer. So I'm going to just press close. And I'm not going to hand it in. But I'm thinking to myself, right, I need to go back. So I would log back into Teams, click on assignments, and if I click back on my workbook, now this is a PowerPoint, it could be a Word document. I can then continue, and I'm going to explain the difference between font and text. The difference is, and I'm going to press stop. I'm going to press close. Now once I've finished the work, I can press hand in. But just a bit of information for you. If you're doing some maths work and you're thinking to yourself, well, I've not got a Word document or I've not got a PowerPoint, what you could do, and this is really useful if you've got the mobile phone app, is I can select add work. So if you've got a camera on your computer, you can hold your work up to the camera and take a picture using your computer. And once you've took that picture, you can literally select add work, upload from this device, and you can go to that picture wherever it is, select that picture, and press open, and press done. And once I've done that, I can hand in my work. And we get a little bit of animation, say well done. I'm going to close it. I'm going to just check on the post to make sure that the teacher's not actually give me any work. Nope, they haven't, but I've just thought to myself, my assignment, I've handed in the wrong work. I actually haven't took the photo yet. So I'm going to go back to assignments. And if we look down here, I've got completed. I'm going to go into my completed work. I'm going to undo hand in. Now, on the PowerPoint, it takes a bit of time to unlock that. And I'm going to remove that picture. I'm going to come back to that later when I've done the work for maths. But for now, I'm just going to hand in my workbook. I'm going to hand in. So we get that another bit of information. Now, the last thing I'm going to show you is this. So I've done previous work with previous classes. So I'm going to go back to Teams. And I know I've done some work with test class computing. And I'm just wondering, has my teacher marked my work? So I'm going to go into test class computing. I'm going to go into my assignments. I'm going to go to the completed work. So I've got 2 lessons that I needed to do there, but I've not got around to them yet. And I've got evaluation of create an assignment task. I'm going to click on that. I can see that my teacher has marked my work. And they've given me a grade this time, so I'll find that in that grade book. But furthermore, if they did add a rubric, I can click on the rubric and they've highlighted where I've actually met that criteria. And they've given me a little bit of extra feedback there. So I'm going to press close. I don't need to hand in again because it's all done. I'm going to press back and I'm feeling pretty good at myself because I've got really high grade on that one. That is the basics of using Teams and how to use assignments. I hope this has been useful. Thank you.